FaZe, they've always been the favorites, but SSG are hot right now. Get up and get loud. It's game day.
It's time for the North American SmackDown, Spacestation versus FaZe, to move on in the upper bracket.
And I'm honestly surprised, Jorby. Heavy favorites are SSG. You know, we look at FaZe Clan, you look at all of the stats on paper, but at the end of the day, this game isn't played through spreadsheets, and we have to see how it turns out on the field.
You know, the fan vote might be heavily in favor of Spacestation, but as long as First Killer is on the pitch, FaZe Clan will always have a solid chance. But already a demo from LJ, but the bounce, nothing he could do with it.
Yeah, unfortunate bounce there. They could have capitalized in the first 10 seconds, scoring a goal on FaZe Clan, and who knows what that does to the mentals, but all of Spacestation go forward, and FaZe Clan steal one.
A big risky pass here in the midfield. Arsenal trying to drop that down for LJ, who is still coming back, and you get punished for it easily.
And we were talking earlier between ourselves, Jorby, about Spacestation's ability to press teams into their own box. They love to be aggressive, they love to play tight, and plays like that show you why sometimes they can be your Achilles heel.
Spacestation, a lot of times in their success, nice tight rotation for FaZe. How do you break through that Spacestation line? Well, when Arsenal helps you out with that pass from LJ, don't have to do too much. Already getting bumped, Arsenal recovers well enough. Typical can only drive it back out to the corner.
And so far, great response here from Spacestation. Not too much panic. So many times we've seen teams, after getting scored on initially, try and get it back quickly. As a little double commit pinch all the way downfield. Well read by Mist as he cleans that one up and passes it off to First Killer.
First Killer fast on the jump. He's got the pre-jump, but Typical can't get back to it. Spacestation have it covered. First Killer again off the ceiling. You know, First Killer says that he's going to be aggressive and going for outplays. And Gibbs was saying, you know, that's just normally First Killer. But I feel like if he's saying it, there's going to be like an exclamation point on it. Already you see him flying at the ball, trying to create plays with those quick touches off the ceiling. It doesn't work out, though. And Hoxer trying to trap this ball into the corner, passed out to the middle. LJ comes back from beyond the midfield line and setting it up again, but nobody's there for Spacestation.
Now they're starting to play much more patient. You see them much more spread out. Two players at midfield, and those follow-ups much more slow to come from Spacestation. As Arsenal did get a little touch on First Killer, he's able to maintain play through that contact, and a demo comes out as Spacestation. Arsenal repays the favor there. And speaking of demos, Arsenal, all-time demo leader on lands. You know what his mission is when he takes the field.
Gets that demo, he cuts rotation, and it's helped keep Spacestation in possession. Some trouble finding some boost. They do get some in the midfield. Arsenal, a free ball, looking back to LJ, cut off by First Killer. Oxer next up. Mist just gets the grab. Arsenal in the air. Redirect denied by Typical. The redirect, good on the rebound for LJ.
Great read here from LJ, and great patience to stay at the top of the box. You see Arsenal going for the redirect. Well read by Typical, but LJ, open net, easily ties this one up right at midpoint. And you see, over on the side of Spacestation, not getting too high, not getting too low. I was speaking with their coach, Sad Jr., earlier in the week, and he spoke to controlling those emotions. It's a big key for Spacestation. He realizes Arsenal is one of those players that can get up so high, and at times it's hard to bring them back down. So they've talked about, we've got to control them, as Hoxer starting to feel confident and comfortable here in game one.
How about Hoxer? An incredible wildcard performance from him. An incredible, really, back half of this season in the spring split, joining Spacestation and making it to the main event of the World Championship. FaZe,
Oh boy.
boxed it out, but then they end up totally stuffing their own shot, trying to work fast, but ended up getting in the way.
It's tough. Sometimes when you're flashing across the goal line, going for that pass, you end up blocking the shooting lane. That's exactly what happened there. Is Typical. A rare whiff on that play as this ball's pushed into the corner. Again, still all tied up. Both teams look very poised on the field as that shot nice and hard, but turned away by Mist.
First Killer gets like another clear to the midfield. Spacestation trying to get set back up in the midfield. Arsenal, it's one over Mist. Can't get back out. I like how Arsenal has looked so far in the front of that rotation. Most effective when he is getting contact, stealing boost, and he's able to cut rotation, set up LJ and Hoxer for plays. Now, LJ, the leading goal scorer for Spacestation. Gets a lot of those opportunities thanks to Hoxer and Arsenal in both of their roles. Arsenal trying to buy LJ a touch. He got him. But there's just not much here for Spacestation. They get boxed out again.
Yeah, but again, I like to see that they're not getting too aggressive there. They're not pushing too far forward. Still very well in this game as Hoxer had to get up early to catch up to that one as LJ. Arsenal with the pre-jump on that one turns over the ball, and here comes FaZe Clan.
Oh, the shot's great, but ooh, actually could have been a little better right off the bar. First killer straight down. And typical, probably hoping he could get another look at it, but he knew he had to go high. Mist just gets to it before he gets demoed. Now Hoxer has to protect it. We're at a stalemate right now.
Absolutely. No midfield control, it feels like, from either team. Feels like they're just panicking for that boost. Love to see better management from both sides of the pitch. You see very low on the side of FaZe Clan right now. It's going to lead to a slow offensive push. And as I say that, First Killer and Mist both get full pads. Less than 10 seconds to go here in game number 1. Can FaZe rip this one away from Spacestation?
First Killer's there, and the net saved! Oh, Arsenal diving back at the last second. The King Spacestation in game 1. FaZe, do they got another chance? First Killer just drops it down. Overtime in game 1.
Smart touch there from First Killer to put it right behind the offender from Spacestation. So that's a good kickoff for Spacestation. Hoxer plenty of time and space. He pushed it forward to LJ, but well read from First Killer as that one goes close, and First Killer pushes it to the corner.
All the boosts. First Killer just going the whole way downfield to get the cutoff, trying to get the bump. Arsenal felt him coming. Typical. Nothing. Taken away again.
Oh boy.
Spacestation back in the orange hat, but can they do anything here? They haven't been able to put a lot of shot pressure on FaZe's net. Hoxer trying to get it going here in the midfield, but Mist keeping it locked down.
Oh wow, typical misses that one, and Arsenal just boots it into the corner and gets the boost steal. That's gonna be huge for Spacestation here. Can it pay off?
And FaZe are starting to lose that boost battle. Mist on 0, First Killer on small pad duty, but Typical's got the carry. Breaks them out through 1. A pass across. First Killer pops it up high. The backboard covered by Spacestation.
It's already so tense here. We're just in game 1 on Manfield night. It's that ball. Precarious top of the box, but Typical there. Again, Spacestation so spread out, recognizing how quick FaZe can be to transition out of their own half.
Knocked in the corner again here for FaZe. A light shot, but the rotation is clean. Hoxer up on the board, looking for LJ. LJ, just trying to keep it away. There was nowhere to go. He had no boost. Ends up teeing it back. Spacestation gets to keep the ball, but Mist not letting them stay for long. Hoxer punts it, and Typical will lock them down. Again, nothing to work with for Spacestation.
Oh, and it's opportunity here for Spacestation as the man advantage comes through, as Mist had to avoid the bump and demo from Arsenal, and here comes Hoxer on that side wall, going to keep the press going forward for Spacestation Gaming. As Arsenal comes in, puts the shot towards net, but good touch there from Mist to put it back towards midfield.
Mist playing Arsenal Dodge Simulator. So far been successful. Now Arsenal up himself, immediately challenged. FaZe Clan.
Oh, he missed it.
LJ back by himself. A light touch, and then Typical just gets the catch. Tries to park it. Hoxer, tough spot, saved! Then Arsenal carrying it around. Spacestation trying to get out.
And Hoxer keeps finding himself on 0 boost. Back on defense, he's rushing out towards midfield to try and get that full pad. That missed positioning could come out eventually in FaZe Clan's favor, as Hoxer, again, low boost, can't go for that one. This one's just waiting for FaZe Clan to poach on.
FaZe more and more holding on to this ball. Spacestation have been able to get into the thirds. Challenge FaZe, they haven't let FaZe take free shots. But when it comes to the orange half, there's a lot left to be desired for offense. First Killer gets the 50 downfield. LJ just trying to delay the inevitable. Hoxer, big demo onto Mist. Surely would have been a shot there. And they just won't let FaZe in either.
But a big demo comes out from LJ as Arsenal's got some space, and he almost baited out the defenders, was trying to slow play that. Hoxer looks like he got that full boost pad, but the pass comes through. First Killer way too hot to handle into that corner. And LJ gonna slow it down, twist and twirl towards midfield, and here comes Typical, trying to emulate that, but doesn't work out. But Arsenal goes up, no double tap available as Mist on that back wall.
Nice soft touch from Mist. He gets that last little touch over LJ, but again, the 50 forced back to midfield. First Killer in traffic, just got the block, was Arsenal. Again, a couple of massive stops there from Arsenal.
There.
Another stop for LJ to defend, and he's got a perfect touch back over to Arsenal. To Hoxer, looking for LJ. He's got to stay on the ground, though. Now off the ceiling, LJ back to the corner. Space Station surviving for now.
And they're still doing great with boost, able to get that ball out. Arsenal up, able to catch this one. No boost available there, and Hoxer cuts the line to steal this ball. Great takeaway there, Arsenal. That was a tough shot, but gonna maintain possession here in the orange half.
High bounce up. It's Hoxer's ball. What's he got with it? Now he's got first killer in his face. Trying to control the ball. Arsenal moves his way around two. Is that enough to build pressure now for Space Station? Or is Mist just going to completely relax it? On defense, he does. He wins 2 great touches for FaZe. Relieves that pressure. Now FaZe want to put on some of their own. Typical, going for the read. Ball goes underneath him, and FaZe trying to keep it going.
A lot of boost used there by Typical. Thankfully, that midfield spawn just at the right time as he was flashing through. And Arsenal gonna get the boost steal in FaZe's corner here. No one can turn on that. LJ and Hoxer get tied up, going back on D. First killer, great 50-50, gonna push it into the wall, and Arsenal demos him for his efforts. Gonna slow down the push from FaZe Clan here and possibly give Space Station an opportunity at a little bit of offense.
Oh, the demo again. Arsenal taking Typical out this time. Key demos on both ends of the pitch. Now a pass downfield, but LJ can't make contact. Hoxer, a high pop, back over to LJ. Redirect, saves again. Mist was right there.
They're starting to knock at the door, but FaZe Clan doing a great job of keeping it locked and shut. Already 5 minutes down in overtime.
Demo.
Arsenal gets the demo, looking for Mist, doesn't make contact, but LJ will, and sends Space Station through game 1.
Outboxes FaZe, and Space Station survive against FaZe. 5 minutes of overtime, LJ bumping Mist out. And Mist, you had to bump him because he was saving everything. He was dodging demos earlier. It didn't seem they could take him off the pitch, but finally one opportunity they get, and Space Station get through.
And you love to see it for Space Station Gaming. LJ, their #1 goals per game leader on this team, doing so much work on offense. 2 goals, a big one there in overtime, but I love to see both Arsenal and Hoxer getting involved offensively, getting involved defensively, and more importantly, the change in gameplay after FaZe Clan initially scored early on. They completely said, okay, we've got to space out, we got to deal with the transitions. As we go into the Mobile 1 high-performance replays, a lot of defensive plays here, and you're going to see that anytime Mist is on the field.
And FaZe, this pretty much started exactly the way I thought it would for FaZe. You know, Mist sitting back third man, making a bunch of saves. Typical in the midfield, just trying to facilitate plays. And first killer was all over the place, but they just couldn't get through the Space Station backline, despite harrying them, despite putting pressure. And you just didn't have that shot pressure in that overtime that you wanted to see from FaZe. Granted, Space Station also had some trouble, but at the very end, some key opportunities they collected on.
You know, I really think it kind of just goes to show what a great job Space Station did there of kind of controlling the midfield, but more importantly, controlling the boost pads and making FaZe think we've got to play a lot faster than we actually do. So the boost management wasn't quite there for FaZe Clan, which led to a much slower gameplay.
That's the effect of Arsenal being on the pitch. I know LJ got that bump, right, but Arsenal gets the first demo earlier in that play, and he was going for that the entire game, and he always will be going for it because that's just the type of player that he is. Still FaZe, they waste absolutely no time getting on the board this time.
And just like in game #1, scoring early, this time only taking 14 seconds. Looks like first killer got a little bump on that back wall on Arsenal, just leaves it wide open for Typical to come in and give FaZe that early lead.
Might be the only way you can break through that tight Space Station rotation. LJ gonna take a lead here, trying to dump it back over to Hoxer. Missed. Quick out. Space Station, Arsenal in particular. Thought that one would be a little more difficult for him, but he made it work. First killer up from the opponent's back wall. A whiff and a goal for Typical. Space Station seeing first killer and they get dizzy.
I don't blame him. You gotta respect the fact that he's up. Hoxer totally bit on that one, and it just, again, leaves it wide open for Typical, unassisted on that play, but it goes to show how much respect is earned from first killer. Anytime he's up in the air, you better respect the shot. What a perfect fake.
Well, willing to believe that was a fake. It's first killer, I mean, come on. Here we go, Arsenal. I get Space Station back in it. What a response here from FaZe in the opening minute of game 2. Not a lot of boost here for Mist, just trying to dive forward. Big clear again, Spacestation not getting to those touches. Last time FaZe weren't getting those big clears, but this first minute, FaZe have been able to just bomb it. Spacestation have been forced back. A couple of touches for Spacestation, put them back in the orange. We see Arsenal and LJ having to work around the edge. Arsenal gets the touch back to LJ. What a catch from LJ on the reset, but won't get a bump.
Oh, and Hawkster has to go up. Awkward angle to catch that one. Just has to slow things down, allow his teammates to rotate back. Does a great job with that. Gets the ground pinch to push it forward, and here comes Typical. Again, using a lot of boost, not pushing that far. And this one up to the back wall, gonna waterfall back down. Well read by Hawkster, just dumps it off to LJ.
LJ blowing through one. LJ been effective in that first man spot on his last couple of pushes.
Oh.
Has been able to beat 2 FaZe cars on his last couple of carries, but then that third man gets a big clear. Spacestation are unable to follow it up. Here's LJ again. Lets it drop, no boost. Hawkster trying to buy time. LJ.
Oh, nice bump.
Got a little turn, now a free ball, but no miss gets there in time. Trying to get in the way was Hawkster, back to LJ, off the wall. Arsenal keeps it back on the 50. Hawkster with no boost either. LJ finally gets a full tank. And Arsenal with a little bit left. LJ forced back, FaZe breakout.
And that could be another key to success for Spacestation Gaming. Unconventional Rocket League, going for challenges that players don't typically go for, going for shots that normally aren't going to come through. But here comes LJ, up off the wall, awkward bounce, gets the reset, doesn't even need to use it, but good cut there. I believe it was Typical to break up that play and slow Spacestation down at midfield.
Another free ball. LJ wants the carry. Oh, just couldn't get the touch up to the ceiling. Ends up having to settle for a 50. Now Hawkster, a quick touch off the ceiling. Typical. Gets a big clear again downfield. LJ willing to pull back. Spacestation have been able to rotate back and work with the flow of those clears back to midfield. But they haven't, again, no shot pressure.
Oh, what a dump.
For Spacestation and the demo. First killer, trying to get the carry. LJ gets in the way.
Great 50 there from LJ to push it up to Hawkster, but a smart rotation from Mist to cover up that back line, recognizing his teammate. Oh, what a defensive stance there from Typical. Right place, right time on that, huh?
Now another shot, and he finds the net. Arsenal splits the gap, and they split the lead.
Wow, this one just fell right into his lap. He gets that midfield boost, and Hawkster, perfect soft touch to put it on the nose of Arsenal, and he rings that one in to bring them back within one.
Not many opportunities for Spacestation, but they're still not out of it. They collect that one with plenty of time in the tank. LJ has been going for it just every time, trying that carry, trying the air dribble, trying to create opportunities with resets. Arsenal and LJ picking up 2 demos. Keeping that FaZe rotation, almost a staccato rhythm.
Oh, what a touch.
A big one, but Arsenal not a lot of boost. How does he handle this one? Nice pop-up. Hawkster back to LJ. Like the creativity there, but FaZe were all ready for it. Now LJ looking for the pass. Hawkster rips it off the board, gets a demo. LJ to Arsenal, back to LJ.
Yeah! Team passing play to get it done. Everyone from Spacestation getting involved here. The dump off from Hawkster. The demo comes out. The aggression never ceases, and Spacestation tie us up.
Oh, that was awesome gameplay from Spacestation. They've had a couple of those over the course of the season. Now,
wow,
we have a tied game, just like that out of nowhere. That one off the board, a shot, oh, saved! Hey, LJ, he gets another one!
That one was flashing across the goal line, pixels away from going in, and somehow keeps it out. Spacestation forced early into defense here in the late moments of game number 2. And Arsenal just gonna boom it away, hoping for a little bit of time to gather up some boost.
Arsenal gonna stick on this one. No boost, play the ball. 50. Push back to Spacestation's corner. LJ, a full tank. 151, but missed. Able to work that ball around. Typical can't go. He's expecting Hawkster to touch it. Hawkster lets it drop. Arsenal back to Hawkster.
Oh
Hawkster,
my gosh.
over 1. Here he goes. No, Typical gets in the way. First killer sitting in the corner. FaZe get something here at the end of regulation. First killer off the ceiling. Here he goes. One more. Got the 50. Missed up. The fake. The shot. Goal!
Great comms coming out from FaZe Clan. The defense yet again bit on the fake. Mist goes up. Not going for it. And Typical, the floodgates wide open to take the late lead.
FaZe say, yeah, we can play that way too. A beautiful play in front of the box by both teams. How about it on Forbidden Temple? And First Killer ain't letting Spacestation have it. LJ's gonna have to create it on his own.
No one around.
And he just got deleted. FaZe tie up the series.
Oh my goodness, it feels like they stole that one away. It felt like Spacestation Gaming were starting to march forward with the momentum, but Typical gets the hat trick in game number 2. But it's all due to the great communication from FaZe Clan as a whole to make that play happen.
Typical getting a hat trick for FaZe in that game. 2 assists on First Killer. Great setups from him, and a great setup at the end of that game. He was sitting in that corner, set it all up, the fake from him to give FaZe their second goal, but then the beautiful play after this little goal right here. Love that little give and go between Arsenal and LJ, the demo from Hawkster, but then the fake from Mist for Typical to open up a gap. Oh, I love that. I love when both teams get creative like this and they get that little bit of space. You get that creativity. It's so fun. Instead of boomer ball, it's fun.
I love when you have one of the best players in the world on your team, and he says, you know what, I'm being unselfish. I don't care. Yeah, I said I was going to go for clips. I said I was going to be playing insane, but that was just to get in your head. That was just to make you think.
Aggressive.
You're right, but it doesn't matter that he's not getting the goals because he's setting up all of these for his team. And a fun fact, he played baseball competitively until high school, where he committed to Mist FaZe Clan.
Yeah, lots of players, former sports players in high school and beyond. We learned that, Jack played tennis for 11 years. That's a fun one. There's a couple other ones as well. But First Killer, I'm going to start the game off. Game 3, go FaZe's way. They had that 2-goal lead. Spacestation fought back. FaZe retained that lead at the end. Now Spacestation. Good for a way in here. LJ had a lot of carries. Whoa, pitched out hard for Hawks.
Awkward ball there, and that's an awkward bounce as well. Mist can't quite read that one. Left up in midair, and already Spacestation Gaming off to a better start here than games 1 and 2. Haven't allowed a 30-second goal, so hey, gotta count your blessings.
Nope. First Killer. Many people pray when they see him behind the ball. And just blows through one defender. Hot shot from Typical. Spacestation already feeling the heat. Missed. Free shot. LJ just gets back. But again, high ball. Who is it? Typical. To First Killer. Denied.
Great defense there and great recognition from LJ that his teammates were out of position. He had his eye just ever so slightly on that ball just in case a little shot came out on target, which it did. He was able to cover that back line well as Mist slows things down. Big flick. Nobody expecting that one. He had Typical waiting in the wings, but couldn't catch up to that one.
LJ trying to find a demo onto Mist. Unsuccessful, as Spacestation often have been trying to catch him. LJ, he gets chipped off the play. Mist again, finding more of a forefront here in game 3. First Killer, a massive dunk, but it's off the post. Got a little touch out. LJ slightly uncomfortable, but he makes it work. Not a lot of boost. Big flick. Go! What a save from First Killer!
What in the world? And he goes by that, and no one there to clean it up for Spacestation. FaZe Clan, little bit of luck, little bit of skill to keep those balls out.
A little trip and slip there for Spacestation in front of the box. Arsenal trying to pitch this one around Mist, who doesn't have a lot of boost. He's got to go to the corner. Arsenal tries to control, maybe get a bump. Can't quite find it. LJ's got to work with 10 boost in the corner. And there's just nowhere for Arsenal to go. Hawkster playing deep with the third. And again, he's got to wait as Arsenal's trying to open up a gap for him. But First Killer blows it right through. LJ forced to his corner.
Great vision yet again from Spacestation Gaming, but missed. So big on that front end. Great 50 from him to keep that ball alive for FaZe Clan. And again, the 50s starting to heavily favor FaZe Clan here. It seems like everything's going their way. Flip reset from LJ. Went for the bump, didn't quite come out and missed. Denied by Hawkster, and that one just goes in.
Hawkster gets the goal here. How does this break down for FaZe? Typical. Trying to get the clear over to Mist. First Killer following it, and Hawkster was totally shaded behind that ball. First Killer's expecting at least a neutral play or to move downfield. I don't think he really sees Hawkster, and the ball flies right over his head.
Sometimes those little honesty pokes just to put that ball towards net work out in your favor. That's that's exactly what happened there. He didn't expect it to go in, but it's just like one of those, yeah, why not? Let's see what happens. And Space Station find their way to a 1-0 lead here. We just passed into the second half.
Oh.
FaZe Clan getting aggressive with it.
That's one of the ways to get through this Space Station team. Rattle them with a couple of demos. A hard touch over to First Killer, who gets it cleanly. Now Typical in the air.
Oh,
shot on target, off the bar and in!
Couldn't have been a better shot. Bar down and in. Put a little English on it to roll it underneath.
Oh.
And Typical, he's on fire.
He got the whole muffin on that one. Oh, FaZe moving the ball so well. Now you said it earlier, with winning the lion's shares of those 50s, and they're catching Space Station out in the middle of their rotation, and with great shooting as well. How about Typical?
6 shots? You're kidding me.
Picking up that save as well. And if Typical is shooting well, that is a scary thing indeed for Space Station.
Absolutely. Left stunned after that one. But still refusing to give up. Good 50 there, and Typical gets that one around, and he is just playing like a man on a mission right now. Everything going towards net as we near the final 60 seconds. The series already has been extremely close. Razor thin margin, and Hawkser almost got caught sleeping, going for that boost.
Problem here for Space Station, able to stabilize. Again, haven't been able to be as tight. That's credit to LJ. Oh, the elite striker for Space Station gets the lead back.
He could just sense a little bit of miscomms on that back line. Nobody went up. And by the time they thought about it, the shot was already home. Space Station Gaming take the lead late.
I mean, Scooby, the net was well covered. And LJ, the power and the precision at the top. That was an excellent shot from LJ.
Sometimes you just got to go high. Try and tuck it underneath the bar. And Space Station, now they can play nice and patient. Let FaZe Clan come to them.
Hard boomer, deep pass. LJ goes for the win on that touch. And he doesn't quite get it, but Space Station do have the lead. Deep rotation for LJ in the back. Arsenal buying some time and some more. Hawks are getting deleted though. LJ having to come into support. Arsenal still making it work. LJ turns back around, missed, gets him on the play. FaZe, they're getting stuffed right now in the orange half. Typical denied by Hawkser. Hanging on to this lead. One more touch. First Killer trying to get it.
Awkward.
He gets the bouncer. LJ's got to protect the rock. Looking for Hawkser. First Killer across. Hawkser and LJ combine to win game 3.
You know, and those defensive demos actually were the demise of FaZe Clan there. All it did was send Space Station all the way back to their defensive half. They didn't have to worry about the boom because they can immediately put it right back into the offensive half. And just like that, this game just continues to swing back and forth. Space Station take 1, FaZe take 2. Space Station take 3. We'll have to wait until game 4.
And LJ's been finding himself in that third man spot a little bit more, just with how FaZe have been winning these touches. And as a result, gotten 5 saves in that game. FaZe gonna call a timeout here. You don't often see a timeout called from a 1-1 score line going up 2-1. With FaZe, they want to right the ship right here. Don't want things to get out of hand. 3-1 is just almost as scary as down 3-0. So take the timeout now, take that extra 60 seconds, try to tie this one up.
And huge implications in this one. If Space Station Gaming take this next one, yeah, you're down 3-1, and it's a tough hole to climb out of, as it is the debut of that man right there, Coach Chrome for FaZe Clan. Let's see what he can cook up for this team. See a lot of talking going on. Obviously, the team is listening, but will they put it into play? Will they be able to? Or is Space Station Gaming continue to impose their will?
Chrome got a great mind on the game. He's always a pleasure to talk to. I love talking Rocket League with Chrome and trying to get FaZe in the right space here. But Space Station, you talked about Sad Jr.
Yes.
And you know, there's been a lot of opinions and talk about coaches in Rocket League, but I feel like we are starting to see a real crop of coaches come out and really be a solid rock for their teams. Sad Jr. and Chrome included.
Yeah, and a lot of times there's talks of coaches, and it's just, oh, it's the X's and O's. It's all about what's on the field, and that is just a small minuscule part of what it is to be a coach. There's so many more things. I talked about him, Sad Jr., talking to Arsenal about, let's keep those emotions in check. Let's not get too high. Let's not get too low. I mean, that's just one of the many things, one of the many hats that a coach must wear. As you see Sad Jr. there, all of the members on Space Station looking cool, looking calm right now, and none more calm than Hoxer. We got to see him debut for Space Station earlier in winter, or spring, I'm sorry, and it's just been an upward trend.
Yeah, Hoxer, talking to him after the spring major, especially in that lower bracket, said that that series against Gen G was probably the worst series he's ever played in his life, and the nerves got to him. He really got rattled against Gen G. And so you're talking to Sad about the mental. Well, guess what? You're gonna have to be resilient against First Killer. He gets the first goal, opening the scoring for FaZe.
And it's off of a 50-50. Or LJ didn't make contact, either way.
LJ tried to get there, no chance at it. A rocket of a shot from First Killer.
Well, this is what Space Station has felt majority of this series. An early goal from FaZe Clan. And again, we wait to see how Space Station responds.
Arsenal. Not much for him there. And again, it is a maybe quiet. I don't know if quiet's the right word. I think consistent, I would say, from Typical. I think he has looked excellent. Missed. He's broken open a lot of pressure opportunities for FaZe as well. So it really, if everyone's looking at First Killer, I think he's kind of just been, a cog in the machine, the cog in the machine of FaZe Clan. We got there. And missed. Not able to get through. Space Station trying to throw a wrench in him.
Yeah, nice shot.
Whoa!
And LJ almost had the redirect. The bar denies. And Space Station Gaming still down one, but they continue to pepper the net.
LJ finding some interesting angles. First Killer, what's he got in the tank? He sees LJ there, wants to force some high pressure in the corner. Typical, slowing it down. LJ gets the 50 out, but missed, putting more pressure in front of the box. Hoxer lands, First Killer waits. First Killer up again. He's got 32. He's got a dribble. He's got nothing left, and he needs his team to come support. Typical next up. Missed, coming across the midfield. First Killer steals the boost, fakes the touch over Arsenal. Another touch. No, he doesn't get there, but Space Station somehow break out. They get a demo, and they're back downfield.
The follow-up's going to be slow, though. Arsenal just got the boost pad. He inserts himself immediately onto offense as Mist tries to clean this one up. As FaZe Clan continue to march downfield. Don't want to give Space Station even a look at net, but when LJ's on the other side, that's a tall order. As Typical cleans up on that side wall. He has First Killer. Nope, deleted.
Another big clear for Arsenal. Fakes the touch, forces Mist into a heavy one. Typical spawns right in the rotation. First Killer back. He doesn't have to make a save, but LJ scores!
Two defenders go, and it's just open season for LJ. As Hoxer utilizing that post as the fourth teammate gets the assist on that one, and Space Station Gaming tie us up right at halftime.
And that's the value that demos give you. They create a little bit of chaos. First Killer coming back, Typical spawns right in the middle of the rotation, but that placement from Space Station, not actually going for the shot, but going for the pass. First Killer commits on it, opening that space, and Space Station find a way to tie it up. Downfield, off the board, just taken away there by Typical. Space Station aren't quite done. First Killer trying to find his way out, but no one can come up with a touch. Typical with no boost, Missed, coming up. And all of FaZe sitting a little low, but they get a big clear, back, Missed, hard shot, not on target.
Wow, a redirect on that one. Great vision from Mist. Put that one nice and hard on target. It's First Killer follows through on that one, but big challenge there comes through. And Typical just bombs that one up. Arsenal gets the steal, and Typical forced to rotate through and take that ball away.
FaZe.
Oh, no way.
Struggling to get this clear.
No one's home.
LJ has to land, looks for the pass, gets a little touch, but Space Station, we're sitting on the left side. Arsenal pass. LJ just missed it off the bar. LJ ain't done. Steps it off the corner. But again, that Space Station rotation, the confidence, they start to tighten up. They start to make it difficult. FaZe constantly forced left and right along their own box. And these little misdirects from Space Station, FaZe have done it as well, but that one off the board, and FaZe will get out.
It is just a suffocating offense, and finally, FaZe Clan given room to breathe as First killer gets that boost pad, gets the 50, he can't follow through with the shot, and 1 minute, 10 seconds to go here. Spacestation still lurking at midfield. A big bump comes out, but Typical gonna push this one through, and Mist waiting patiently in the wings.
Here comes LJ again. Oh, they tried to combine. The ball in the box, a little difficult, and Mist makes it work. LJ comes across. He's got Arsenal on the wing. He's got some options. He takes it to the sky. 1, a 2, and taken away once. Arsenal sitting close. Hoxer up high, but the backboard's covered. LJ not done. Off the ceiling. He just lets it go. Big break, and Arsenal puts it in.
He just flushes the shot. The defense bit completely, and LJ with the brilliant play there. It's wide open, and Spacestation take the late lead.
Oh, a tight one. FaZe were under so much pressure. The last 25 seconds, they just couldn't get a touch on the ball. Typical, taking out LJ. FaZe looking for that tying goal. They're screening across. They're trying those misdirects, but again, it's LJ getting that big clear. Even trips Typical up a little bit. Hawks are trying to get there as well. The Spacestation hanging on to this lead. In 15 seconds, they had to match point and make a statement here against FaZe Clan. First killer, no touch on the ball. Typical trying to get there in time. Arsenal, go one more for insurance. Hoxer trying to collect on it. LJ won't get there. FaZe need to get something in the air, but Spacestation simply won't let them. One more to go.
Oh my goodness, even after the timeout, it doesn't matter. You can't stop Spacestation. The wild card push continues for this team. They have looked so brilliant throughout this series. They've gone down early so often, but the resolve that they're showing is just so beautiful to see from this team.
LJ has been a freak in this series. He has moved left, he's moved right, he's moved down, he's taken the shots, he's had passes, he's got an MVP every single game Spacestation have won. He has dictated the flow of this series for Spacestation. And obviously, a wonderful supporting cast where usually Hoxer's in the front. He's the one opening up the gaps. LJ's the one taking those nasty shots. Arsenal's getting those demos, but everybody's getting involved in every phase of the game for Spacestation. Everyone creating value off the ball, on the ball, working cohesively as a unit. And Subi, that is what Hoxer brought to this team. Cohesion, synergy, something that they just didn't have before. And he's not even the one in the front right now. It's LJ.
And all it took from Hoxer was just one split underneath his wings with not only LJ, but Arsenal. And I spoke to Hoxer last night. Saw him in the lobby of the hotel, and I just saw him smirking, smiling, looking at me. I'm like, hey, what's up, dude? He's like, hey, just so you know, I saw your cast in my series tomorrow. I'm going to give you a couple clips. I was like, oh my gosh, where's this confidence coming from?
LJ said, hold my apple juice.
For real. And speaking of LJ, already in this series, 7 out of 8 of the goals for Spacestation, he's been involved in.
Of course. It certainly felt that way. The statistics reflect it. LJ, Arsenal, and Hoxer. Do they take down FaZe in 5? FaZe, they took that timeout earlier. They couldn't collect the game win. Now they gotta fight back from even farther down. They've had a couple of good tries. Their most effective tries have been those demos to stymie the Spacestation rotation, to get those fakes, to get those opportunities in front of the box, but they haven't had nearly as many in about 6-7 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah, and
whoa!
Oh my gosh!
LJ, an absolute bazooka onto the net! 115 kilometers of pain!
Just sends it far post and in. Holy smokes! LJ is a man on a mission, and that mission looks like it's about to launch into the stratosphere.
Spacestation. Wow, what a shot. Arsenal trying to set this up. Back for LJ. LJ beating Mist, letting that 50 come to him. Now typical. And he gets something going. The FaZe, you talk about first killer, the North American MVP, and he's been quiet in the last few games, unable to get his team in position. That one game win that they had, first killer had those 2 assists. And now he's got to set this up here. A touch, looking for a bump. He's not gonna get it. Hoxer flies right over him.
Yeah, if there's any time to take over, If there's any time to insert your will, right now is that time for First Killer. Only one goal in this series, and his team needs his offense right here, right now. And my goodness, they need an answer.
Hawks are keeping it low. That's a nice catch for Typical. He's got the boost, got the reset. First Killer following that one closely. This time the follow-up's good enough. Missed, getting that touch in the pass, too heavy. Does he get the boost steal? Well, he gets deleted anyway. And a hard touch for Arsenal. Made it almost impossible for FaZe to get a soft catch there. They still get the clear back to the corner. Can they get the pass? They do connect.
Oh, nice.
Nice little shuffle step from Typical. Mist and Typical in the corner. Mist gonna turn around, trying to fake that touch, but Spacestation don't care. They're playing with each other. They get back to the orange.
Just great team play from Spacestation Gaming right now, utilizing passing plays to not only break out of their own half, but push the ball past midfield, push shots toward net. And again, Typical trying to find those goals yet again. He was brilliant in game number 2, had that hat trick, and Hawkser almost had the flip reset on that one as Arsenal searching for him there, and Spacestation gonna maintain possession here.
Oh, nice little chip there from Hawkser. But FaZe ain't gonna let him in that easy. Still, FaZe, that lack of offense coming to hurt them. Playing more defense is not it. And Arsenal waits on the side, and Arsenal puts it in again! Spacestation are believers!
Well, keep your eye on LJ here. He gets the shot, but follows through with the aggression to keep Mist out of the picture. And Arsenal with the tight angle shot to put Spacestation up by 2. It's looking pretty if you're a Spacestation Gaming fan.
LJ playing a complete game on defense, on offense, off the ball, in the air, on the ground. He's getting it done, setting his team up. Now Spacestation have insurance, and FaZe are paying the premium.
I mean, talk about an event to have your breakout performance in. I don't think a lot of people understood what type of player LJ was this season. But he sure is.
People might have had an idea.
A little inkling.
I think, you know,
and I think
there's a guy named T-Bates who would have something to say about
the
that.
hardcore fans, I would agree. Yes, we knew. And 3 goals in. Hawkser gonna get his second one of the series. And Spacestation Gaming just trotting now.
Oh, Typical tried to go up the top of the net to get that save. And LJ just made it too awkward for him. Typical was coming so far back. FaZe get caught out in the middle of their rotation. But that broke down on the 50 before. Typical had to hurry up. But the 250s before that, it's LJ who sets it up. Hawkser who made it work. That one, can FaZe get anything, any sort of goal?
The offensive prowess from LJ just continues. Told you earlier, 7 of 8 he's involved in. Yeah, it's gone up to 10 of 11 right now. Absolutely insane. He is just so aggressive, but so smartly positioned with it as he slows things down, gets that one around First Killer easily, gets the boost deal. That's gonna slow up FaZe Clan. And here comes Hawkser. All they need to do now is hold on.
I won. Less than a minute for FaZe. And they'll be sent to the lower bracket to start their World Championship run. One pushed out. FaZe in the midfield. Trying to get some bumps. First Killer in front of the box. Does he get another bump? He kicks one out, but Arsenal with no boost off the wall, and a save and a pinch from LJ to put him back in the orange.
I mean, Arsenal's done that so many times to players that he saw what kind of pickle Hawkser was in. Even with 0 boost, Arsenal able to defend that one. Typical denied by Arsenal on that. 20 seconds to go. Looking very grim for FaZe Clan. It's not gonna happen. Can Arsenal get one to go? No, but 10 seconds to go. These final moments, just a formality at this point.
Merely one. Arsenal up, but it's a victory carry for Spacestation Gaming. A 4-1 statement. Arsenal pops off, and Spacestation take off.